there's no beer here. Every time we've been in London, there's always feed the snake. It's always some crazy stuff going on. We don't have that at the moment.
Well, I mean, what we do have is a game right into it, ready to get on the way. NIP versus MIBR, and I think this is going to be a really interesting game. There's so much on the line, I think, for both these lineups. Just a lot of identity to be found between them, and like I don't know. I think I picked MIBR for this one. Maybe you did too.
I do, and I'm not even worried about it, to be honest with you. That was a real ugly performance from NIP yesterday. I was not impressed. So hopefully they have something here today for us. Plopsy's going to be inside the ladder room waiting. Opponent above him, and he's spotted him. A couple shots traded, but no real damage dealt. Falling down to 67. The main hit of this MIBR attack looks to be towards Ivy, but look at this position from Rez. This is what we didn't see yesterday. This kind of aggression from NIP on the defensive side, taking map control and denying the access to MIBR to their opponents.
Yeah, I would love to see more of this, definitely out of them. And look at MIBR as well. They have no grenades, just all armor and Glocks. So once they go, they're just going to be running all the way through. Twist will shut it down. The bomb dropping through the smoke, and that's a disaster. He's ready and waiting. Could it maybe have another one? The reload is almost in, but not in time. Fur and Main are going to come in with a kill. Fur going down to Plopsky, though, and Fallen trying to sneak one in, and Plopsky giving him a chance as well. But Nork is still here. Oh, he sniped that away, didn't he? Maina going down. He wanted to get away with the bomb, and that's not going to be possible. Now instead, can the captain do it? He's a veteran player here fighting against two young players, and right now, not finding it. Time running out as well. 24 seconds on the clock. He's got the bomb, sure, but he actually needs to find the kills. Try and get a bomb plant, maybe, but that won't be easy. He's had a number of chances already. But now he's even, I think, running out of bullets a little bit. And this is going to be rough. He's looking right at him. I think he was trying to fake it. 10 seconds left. It's now or never. And he gets the headshot. Goes for it with 7 seconds left. He's going to get the bomb plant. And now Lecro could be coming through on the other side. Fallen, he's right there. But can he actually do it? He has maybe one chance. And he gets a headshot. What a clutch coming through. A triple kill. Oh man, that is the experience and just the veterancy of someone like Fallen.
And those are the things, remember, we've touched on, those are the things that failed them yesterday. So many clutches in that Vertigo game going against them. This is Fallen with some real heroics, taking advantage of Plopsky. He was up above that ladder the whole time, outpatiences him, and this is a brilliant 1 versus 2. Tough, actually you could even call it a 1 versus 3 with the clock running down the way it was. What a job from Fallen. 1-0 for MIBR. 2 scouts, 3 deagles out for NIP.
Man, what a way to get started. And that was it. That was NIP. I mean, showing just a little bit of aggression. I really like that. Keeping an eye on Ivy, sure, but Rez, as you were pointing out, pushing in and trying to just change the game a little bit on MIBR. I think that was the thing that was really rough for NIPs. They were letting FaZe get away with so much map control.
Yeah, and that was one thing that just kind of got on my nerves just watching it. It just seemed like a team that was going through the motions. We need to see that aggressive, some of that creativity and some of that initiative from these players. There's a lot of talent on this NIP team.
Yeah, that's. I mean, if the lack of confidence or the lack of aggression, it can't possibly stem from necessarily lack of firepower, because they have great aimers on this team. So it's not like they wouldn't be good enough to go and challenge some of these angles and just try it. It is more like an attitude problem that we are, a little bit concerned about yesterday. I'm hoping it'll be different today. Double scout and 3 deagles though on the NIP side, so we can. These do a lot of damage in this round. Lecro though will, at least for now, be on his own in B. Oh, and trying to sneak in.
Trying to sneak in, not accomplishing anything. And here we go, down to the lower bomb site, to the inner bomb site. It's under attack. Lecro is going to start pushing up along the bomb train. He's got the deagle. Smoke obscuring his vision for the moment. That's an awkward angle. That's a tough shot to hit, and he's going to back away. And NIP, if they don't find something, and that might be it, that allows them to stick around and keep fighting. But this is a lot of money they have invested, and if they don't get another one pretty soon, they might want to keep these scouts alive for the next round.
Yeah, that's a decision that needs to be made right away, or they're not going to be able to do it at all. Lecro goes down, so scouts are still in play. Maybe they could throw away the deagle on Plopsky, and maybe that would be fine. Twist, actually, they'll find another kill there on KNG, and that needed to be a headshot. Immediate return from Fallen, and I think, yeah, now they're just trying to do damage. No longer, I think, trying to fight for any kind of a retake, and yeah, it's a bit expensive suddenly.
Very expensive, but I mean, I don't mind them sticking around necessarily. If they're going to make that call, it had to be earlier. They're obviously trying to cover Plopsky as he makes his way towards the bomb train, and they did a pretty decent job, gave him an opportunity for it. So a couple of kills, a pair of kills on KNG and Fur, but MIBR's got a 2-0 lead.
I think that hit would have been so different if MIBR hadn't had all these smokes down. Because actually, NIP were very quick to rotate into the bomb site. That kind of surprised me a little bit, but...
They were in decent position. They had some of the Deagles about halfway up that bomb train. They had those scouts way far back to help cover. They had some good things going for them. You're right, the utility usage pretty strong from MIBR.
Well, so far, I actually am favoring MIBR a little bit on the odds, you could tell. NIP... I guess that's not too much of a surprise, given the fan base maybe as well, you have to expect.
Yeah, there is that. They always have that benefit. Again, a lot of bodies towards the inner bomb site one more time, towards Lekro again, this time with that Zeus. Ooh.
That's a good, easy in position for it. They're coming right now. Could definitely be sapping one of them. Oh, there we go, taking down for...
Perfect.
Love
Works
it.
exactly as designed. Now, obviously, no real chance of winning this round, but just some style points for Lekro.
We just need to get that Zeus kill in slow motion and replay it. Yeah, with the sound, exactly. It's beautiful. And they have that Mac 10 that Mena has been holding the whole time. They can easily use him as just, do whatever they want. It's so low risk, so we appreciate this. Good follow-up from Taco. Even getting shot at the face, that didn't seem to bother him that much.
No, not even a little bit. 3-0. Now's a good time we can start to chat. Actually, here's the Zeus kill again. Just right into it. And even your slow motion.
It sounds like someone kicked a parrot, doesn't it?
It does a little bit. That's actually a great description. Bird just shrugs it off. It doesn't bother him whatsoever.
No, he's used to being pretty aggressive in his style, so every once in a while that will happen.
Yeah, it's going to bite back. Fallen with an AWP. Nade out early. Nox got one on the other side. And even not being in top form the way that we've seen Fallen in the past, he's got to still be a pretty intimidating AWPer for a young rookie like Nox to have to go up against.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. He's got such a peculiar style, Fallen.
Especially on train.
Especially on train, yeah.
And that's an interesting talking point in and of itself. Fallen with the AWP on the CT side is such a force. I mean, NIP really has to have a pretty solid defense here because they're going to have to match the same thing from MIBR. Through all their struggles, it seems like train is still one of those maps that stayed pretty loyal to the MIBR side.
I mean, they're off to the kind of start that they would want for here. 3-0 on the T side. Don't actually need that many more rounds, and it's already looking decent. They've been checking out Ivy and just kind of falling back from it now. They're worried that maybe NIP are going to go check it again, but so far it's working in the sense that Lekro is going to be alone on B, and if that's where they want to end up, then just keeping the rest of the NIP squad in the A-bomb side is going to be helpful. I
think the big benefit that NIP has, at least for the moment, and it might not seem like much, even though Lekro's alone and backing off, because this is taking so long for MIBR to walk the entire way over towards these box halls, I mean, that's going to start putting up the warning bells in NIP. They've already rotated Knock over with the AWP, so they have that big weapon, that big sniper rifle in the back, able to pick one or two players off.
And look at Lekro. He's got a Molotov, in fact. He still has that in his hands. If he puts it down at the right time, that could destroy the whole round here for the Brazilian side. This might be a disaster. Not going to get one. Lekro knows it. I think he's just trying to see if he can find that angle, and they've already put it out. Lekro will get a kill regardless, and 10 seconds now on the clock. It's a 3-on-4. He nearly got that. That would have been the bomb down, but it looks like it will be a plant, in fact, and KNG is still holding up behind with the AK and making sure no one can come up there. Plopsky goes down, and Rez, is he timed out, or is he just very slow?
He's just waiting. I think he's waiting to make this flank happen. Now he's going to pounce. The AWP covering Twist. They haven't spotted it. No one peeking this. Fallen doesn't have the HP for that fight. Good spray from Twist, and the follow-up is there. And now it's a 1-on-3, and KNG's already legged. They know his position, and he's got nothing to do. Knock with a couple of kills at the end, and NIP on the board early.
Oh, man, that was a great round in the sense that NIP were not pressured by the time of the bomb plant. They were like, I actually for a minute thought, what is Rez doing? Because he was just standing still for a long time. And the fact that that they weren't panicked, that's a strong sign, I think. One of the teams I remember watching on, especially on the B bomb side of Train, that was so freakishly good at retaking this bomb side late was Fnatic. With Olafmeister on it, like it was so outrageous how late they would keep it before they actually start doing it. It was like last second defuse all the time.
That Fnatic team was just a little bit freakish.
It was
every aspect of the game.
But if you can keep your nerve in the middle of that, then that's a pretty good strength.
Seems like a lot of emphasis towards this inner bomb site early. You could see in that previous round as well, I mean, the contact play down lower ramp. You mentioned the Molotov that was still in Lekro's hands. They want to avoid that being put into the choke point, so just popping down the ramp with no utility.
Yeah, and I think they had a smoke that they put it out, because I think he threw it in like on that first train or something. and it just immediately was gone. So it's pretty good. Oh, they're going to try and see if they can double drop it in a really weird way. I think he saw the feet, didn't he? And he was like, what?
Something. Well, I mean, that is such an interesting part of the map, and we've seen that battle evolve from the defenders and the attackers, the different variations on drops. Dropping into the fire, that is a pretty big risk, and it pays off here. They're happy with the damage to get the pick.
It's the so-called man on fire play, I believe. The Glaive also used on Dust too.
He introduced it.
It's a nice play. Well, when Fallen's on that ladder, right, and whoever is sitting above him is also there, if Fallen jumps like he did, he's going to get shot out to the side, and if the other guy is holding crouch, he won't grab the ladder, he'll just fall down.
Yeah.
So actually it could be potentially quite a powerful mechanic.
And we'll see if it can become popular. Set piece outside, smokes up. Again, the utility usage from MIBR is solid. Some spam through the smoke to cover his teammates as MIBR pushes up these lanes. Good kill from KNG. That leaves Plopsky so isolated on the bomb train, and now they know he's here. Now they know he's there.
Yeah, immediately, but the fact that he even got the kill is huge, isn't it? He's going to go down. Taco just getting the better of that smoke fading. But any kind of kill you can get like that if you're Plopsky in that scenario, I mean, that's what you need to get your team back into it. This time, nothing more really came of it. And Nork and Licro, they're going to have to save, especially that AWP. That's a 4th round for MIBR. This is such a good start. And NIP...
Well, not just the good start in terms of the scoreline, but NIP is going to have a decision to make. I wouldn't be surprised if NIP calls a timeout after this round is over, because they're going to have to decide what to do with their economy. Not sitting too pretty, although with an AWP and an M4, it feels like it's going to skew it towards buying in that next round.
Yeah, you could be really tempted.
I mean, it is kind of funny to have that situation with someone like Threat. Remember that being the one who pioneered the entire idea of let them have the guns, let them buy up around 2 weapons and just have a weaker buy. We'll play against that all day long. Now might be in a situation where he has to go for it.
Well, he did. I mean, he did pioneer that, I guess, in the earlier economy.
That's way long ago.
Whereas now,
yeah, it makes a little bit more sense.
You could maybe justify it slightly more. Regardless, they actually took a gamble like this yesterday against FaZe, and it heavily backfired.
It did.
Not to say that means it's always the bad choice to be making, but it's definitely a risk.
Well, we've talked a lot about how unimpressive NIP was yesterday against FaZe, and I guess it's like the chicken or the egg. Was it FaZe that was playing so well that made NIP look flat, or was NIP just so flat that it made FaZe look good? But I mean, depending on where you fall on that, one issue that they had consistently yesterday was their economy. They could never get it under control.
Yeah.
They never had really a whole lot of money to play with. Knock was denied the AWP for long stretches of certain games yesterday, so those are woes that they cannot have, especially on the CT side of Train.
Yeah, and I like what they've done here instead. Upgrade some pistols, a little bit of body armor on Rez, but just trying to keep themselves under control. Again, it's early in the game. Even if it would suck if MIBR come up 5-1 here for NIP, it's like you can recover this.
Well, look at how aggressive MIBR is being. I mean, this is a good read of the economy out towards Ivy. Mayern and Fallen are already at the end of Ivy. This is going to be a long time that Fallen can post up towards the outer yard. One misstep from Rez, and there it is. It's immediate. A quick shot, and now Mayern can turn the corner, especially with all the kills going their way. Taco has spotted Twist, and it's a clean sweep. And they have so much time to hunt down this AWP, and they know Nox got it in his hands. No need to even plant the bomb.
If you watch a replay of that round right there, the 6th round, you just see that is the A side domino effect, isn't it? Everyone's meant to be covering, one angle each. And as soon as someone goes down, everyone's like, oh, I'm also going to get shot in the back.
And it looks much worse when they all have pistols.
It does look even worse.
Because you can do even less to fight back. Well, this poor guy, lonely, stuck in connector with an AWP that MIBR desperately want to take out of his hands. They're already going to circle in towards CT spawn.
Go for the defuse now.
Taco's got him blocked in towards the B-bomb site.
Listen, he's got the kit. Just hide in plain sight, walk on, defuse last second. That's got to be the plan.
That would have to be a monumental misplay from KNG to allow that to happen, and it's not even gonna be possible because he knows exactly where Nock is. And even with that kill, the space that Nock has to move just shrinks. 5 rounds for MIBR and a double up setup on the T side.
Just gotta live that dream sometimes. But yeah, that got shut down pretty quickly. So quick end to it. 5-1. 7th round gonna be coming up. Fallen at 9-1 is the scoreline. That's not every day. But it's delightful when it happens.
It helps when you start out the game with a clutch, like that 1 versus 2 he had in the pistol round. That'll make you feel very good moving forward and very comfortable. 4-round lead. AWP again on Knock, no utility. M4's on the other 4 players, and MIBR again aggressive out mid. They have a lot of faith in this kid to make some waves, and there's the opening kill. Flashbang from Fallen. 1-for-1 trade on the T side like that is just fine, and they're going to take advantage. They're going to quickly change this into a hit on the B bomb side because they've taken away the rotation.
They're so quick about it. Yeah, it's going to be very hard for NIP to see that this is coming. This is lightning fast. Lekr0 inside. He's obviously calling it out now, but the backup is not going to be there in time. They're on the high ground and low ground behind him. Man, that's a great call for MIBR.
That is the kind of assertive calling on the T side we like to see out of MIBR. I really enjoy that.
It's a classic scenario that sort of it highlights the idea that even trading really favors the T side. You think, well, they got one each early on. It's 4-on-4. Maybe that's fine, and it's definitely not if you're Lekr0 in there. Who would you call in?
Well, because as one of the outside players, you don't really know how committed they are. You don't know if it was just one player running out. So all the attention is going to be outside. Even Lekr0 is thinking in his head, do I need to start rotating?
Well, what they also knew, they heard Fallen shoot that AWP from Popdog. Yeah. So they have a guy running out main, they have an AWP in Popdog. Who's to say that the rest of the team isn't coming through Ivy in 3 seconds? Like, you almost have to make that assumption, more or less. 6-1. Powerful start for the Brazilian side. They're loving it right now. Look at a double off now, in fact.
This would be a good time during this timeout. We can touch on MIBR very quickly because, coming into this team, we've known there's been a lot of fifths coming into MIBR who have struggled to find their place in this team. MIBR is the next guy up to see if he can become invaluable to this squad with such a legacy. But as a player, they have a lot of faith in him. They have a lot. I mean, they think his skill set is wonderful. And I got to watch him, during one of the pro leagues last year when he was playing for Isurus, I believe, one of the South American teams during that week. He's got some skills. He's going to be a very cool player. And I think if he can incorporate into this lineup, he's going to be a revelation. I think he can have a very, very good 2020.
Now, has he got the kind of skills that don't then overlap with other players' skills? Because that was a problem in the past, right?
That is the question,
and Fur.
Yeah. Well, that's been the interesting thing, because this team that, especially with Fallen as the in-game leader, someone who we've praised in the past for being able to figure out how to give players, how to get the best out of his players. He's really struggled with the puzzles that they've had these past, few years with finding a fifth player with the international roster. He's struggled to find a way to make some of these work. So that's his job. But I can tell you, it feels from talking to some of these guys that they're much higher on MIBR in this team than they were previously in some of the lineups.
Well, that's exciting news. I mean, if you just look at how Brazilian Counter-Strike was like at the best days of MIBR or SK, it was all about energy, right? It was so that whole attitude that came with, I think, was why so many people fell in love with it. And watching them when they've been at their lowest has definitely been anything but that. So if we get a return, I think everyone's on board,
This is one of those teams that, even if you're a fan or not, when you see them playing well, you just get excited.
Yeah.
They play a very cool Counter-Strike.
Yeah, you want to ticket to that train. You're like, all right, let's go.
Look at that licking of the lips with a glorious beard.
So that's, licking his jaw, just ready.
It's esports ASMR.
That could very well be a thing, Jason. We had some earlier with the Zeus going off, right?
Yeah, we did.
Ooh. See, it's not just the Brazilian players. That's what you have to remember.
Right.
We're in London, so it's amazing everywhere, isn't it?
It's that six-man quality.
6-1, ladies and gentlemen. 8th round coming up in NIP. They have rifles in this round, but last time they played against FaZe, they had such a struggle with the economy. They don't want to return to that. And it looks like they feel like they've maybe found some sort of weakness in Lekr0, or at least somewhere they can pressure. That inner bomb side's really getting attacked, and they make it in there before Nork gets there with the AWP. Lekr0, he needs some backup, and they actually get Nork first. Lekr0 now alone on the site, and Fallen will take him down. And do they even try and retake this?
No, you got to back away. There's no chance. There's Molotov in the choke point. There's going to be a follow-up smoke coming in any second. Flashbangs as well. There's the smoke, and Plopsy's got to back away. Rez is already backing off. In NIP, they're going to lose another round. A 7th round is going to go to MIBR. And this is the same issue that NIP was having yesterday. Look how fast MIBR is getting control. We've seen them attack Ivy, 30 seconds into the round. Now we've seen them hit these box halls, hit this inner bomb site. KNG has a deep angle to pick off the rotation from Knock within the first 20 seconds of this round. And there's no one to slow that down. And that's just too long to play a defensive half when those angles are all covered, when that kind of pressure is being applied. And certainly you're right. Lekr0 getting exposed at the moment because they're late in getting a second player back. But that's That's the strategic chess game, though, right? Because at a certain point, NIP's thinking they've hit the inner bomb set 5 or 6 times. Surely they've got to go outside at one point. Like, we can't overreact and cheat a second player in here too early, because MIBR is going to take advantage of that at some point.
So aggressive with your fur. And if you're Nork back there, you're thinking, well, Lekro will be the first point of contact, so I have a little bit of safety here, and just got taken right out from under him. It's like one of those, you ever seen one of those MMA matches where someone gets kicked in the shins too many times and they just, that's what's happening to NIP right now.
You can just see him wearing down
They
over
just
time.
can't stand on that leg anymore. It's like, oh no, that B-bomb site's really not, it's not having a good time. Yeah, and you're right though. I mean, this is a classic scenario where you end up going B a number of rounds in a row.
Yeah.
And if they make an over rotation in IP, if they say, okay, let's put 2 and B early on, we don't want to have this problem anymore, and that's when they hit A, you just, that's crushing.
Well, I mean, it's very simplified to say that MIBR has just been hitting B and over again, because they have, but they've done it in
Different
like 3
styles.
different ways. They've had like 3 different kinds of attacks on that bomb site, sometimes with feint towards the outside or the outer yard with that Mayor and attack. So, I mean, it's hard for NIP to read. MIBR is calling a fantastic game. Here's aggression again. Some spam comes through. Mayer just going to ignore it, but it's not going to work. He wanted to find one pick, but good spam from Twist.
An even better follow-up here as well. That was Fur going down next in line. It actually looked like he'd found some real estate out there between the smokes, but just unfortunate. NIP, though, that's a much-needed change of pace here. KNG also gets tagged. Looked like maybe he could have had that kill.
What finally pays off for NIP, staying in that standard defense with leaving Lekro load towards the inner bomb site. I have to think that next round NIP is going to put 2 players in there, assuming that MIBR is going to go back to what worked. But now with a 2-man advantage, they get to just sink into a default setup on defense. No reason to do anything crazy. No reason to just shift and try and cheat players over. Just play everything normal.
You notice how the rest of MIBR, though, were really far back as man were making that play. I almost wonder if he had got a kill, would they still have gone B? And would they just said, oh, here we go again?
Maybe, why not?
They're boosting. Going to be trying to see if they get this triple boost going to look all the way over. Find a kill. No one presenting themselves yet, but
there's a chance.
Oh,
Here
Twist.
It comes. Oh, he just looked away. Another one fallen. He missed the opportunity. Flashbang down towards lower ramp. That's a attempted peek, but he's got to take the risk, and good shot from Nock. And from here, MIBR just gets whittled down. Nothing for Taco to do either. 1 kill to his name right at the end.
Just avoid losing any more rifles here if you're an IP. Good job on their part. Second round being picked up, and man, they need it. 10-2 right now. Rez at 0 kills, which is really uncommon.
I mean, they've just been getting battered. There hasn't been a whole lot of kill production even coming in. Plopsky going to be able to find that in middle. Now this becomes, the next step, the next evolution in that strategic game. Is how does NIP play this round? I mentioned I think they just put 2 players inside. You have to think that MIBR is going to go back to what got them so many rounds really quickly.
There are a lot of philosophies. I mean, there are definitely different ways of doing that. And, MIBR could also say, let's just try that A thing again. Like, what are the chances they shoot us through the smokes, back to back? Next time it'll work. They do have that orb on Fallen and obviously on Nork as well. They picked up a couple of Kriegs as well on the CT side, which, especially on a map like Train, that helps. Could definitely help. Noticing Lekro doesn't have one of them, which is unfair.
A bit brutal. Like you'd think towards the inner bomb site, who's been getting battered, you might want to give him the power weapon.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, that smoke. Is that a smoke for C-Connector?
Look at this fast pace towards Ivy. Mayor and KNG and Fallen. They've gone back to just a single AWP on this T side, but again, presence towards box halls. Nock this time has rotated very quickly towards B. He's already positioned. Previously in this half, he'd be coming in, 15 seconds later, and that means Ivy, look at this attack. They're already going to swing out. They've spotted 1.
Yeah, here we go. Only 3 men in the bomb site, whereas every other time they would have had 4 defenders here. Twist. Oh my God, right to the box. Taking down KNG. That, you can have as many strats as you want, but that was an absolute shutdown.
And you just brought up the power of the Krieg on the CT side, and then it's on a perfect display. And if it's that kind of a round, MIBR's got to be thinking, oh crap, the Kriegs are going to be tough to get around.
Yeah, that's just brutal, isn't it? They even had somewhat of an element of surprise there. Popsky going to be able to take that one easily. They had Taco outside of the B, so he could have, made a little bit of noise, but that early smoke they throw from T spawn, that actually lands inside of the B bomb side. It goes through C connector and it just lands there. So they were sort of sending a message, you know what, we might actually be coming B. And it kind of worked in the sense that there were only 3 people here. Now, unfortunately, one of them is Twist. So, this is wild. He wasn't having any of it.
Yeah, that was phenomenal shooting from Twist. Remember, we saw this yesterday from NIP as well against FaZe. They did have some, like, I wouldn't say comebacks, but they had some, like, late in each half, something that gave you hope. At least this time it's starting early. At least they're already up to 3. I think definitely Plopsky heard that drop down, heard the grunt as the legs hit, but Rez did it. He's picked off.
Yeah, but if one of them hears, surely they communicated Lekro. That's got to be an instant kill. Taco returns, and now Nork in trouble. They're close. He's got that AWP, and he's missing a couple of shots already. They're hunting him down. They're coming for him. He's actually going to get one of them in return. Mayan goes down, and I can't believe he's still alive. Finally drops, but I mean, he had all the chances there to maybe pick up another couple of kills, and now Twist, he's going to get flanked as well. KNG is right behind him, and he does not know yet. Instantly downed, and MIBR. Just as NIP were trying to get off the ground.
It's okay. It's not the worst outcome for NIP. They have plenty of money. They have about 2 buys, this one and one more left in them. Maybe even another, depending on how the money situation pans out. But they had the players in position this time. They had Lekro with an off angle that caught MIBR off guard. He just misses the shots, and you could see head in his hands. And that's something that Nock talked about in the pregame interview. He said yesterday, you know, I mean, it's the standard thing that players say. We just weren't hitting our shots, and it's happening again here on Train.
Yeah, got to find a solution to that right now. Another aggressive attempt. This time it's Taco leading the charge, and he's going to get shot down again. Twist right through the smoke.
Same one, he got the spam on the Mayor, and the previous time they tried that strategy, and this has got to be just good research from NIP. When they see these smokes, they know what's coming. And Lekro, a bit of trickery as he changes his style to defend, and he's going to have a lot of attention on him when that smoke fades. That's the last time MIBR chose to attack as soon as the smoke starts to disappear.
He's going to be so upset, Lekro. I feel like he had the right idea, read the aim for it, but just not this time. 2 versus 4 instead. Fur and Fallen should be absolutely unwinnable. Bomb being attempted here, and it will go through as Fur actually finds a kill. Rez again going down. Not really his map so far, and Twist will get a kill, but it still leaves Fallen. 1 versus 2. He's picked up an AK, spots out one, but doesn't know Nork is down there on the low ground with that AWP, so I mean, a little bit expensive, but they get the round.
Expensive, but the plant for MIBR is going to allow them to continue to buy, continue to be a nuisance, continue to be a danger. MIBR applying a lot of pressure to this NIP defense, and they're just barely hanging on. AWP is going to remain in Nock's hands.
But maybe now is the time to return to just a little bit of that conversation we were having earlier about NIP and the aggression. You know, where's Lekro bringing two friends over at that B ramp? Like, push it aggressively with 3, like anything.
We're starting to see some. It's been. I mean, not to just start nitpicking, but it has mostly been Lekro kind of trying to get a variety of different defenses when he's been getting beaten up in the bomb site. It's been very lonely. Fallen going back to where he found a pick previously, and he's got it again. Again, it's Rez. Stuck on just 1 kill. Big trade for Plopsky. But as we mentioned earlier, these trades, MIBR on the T side is going to be fine for a 1-for-1.
Yeah, they'd like that. I'm not sure if he knew, obviously, but he ended up giving his position away, throwing that grenade. Fallen was just like, great. Know exactly what's going on now. Twist is a little bit close by here at Ivy. That could be interesting. Certainly, he's got single flashbang, but I guess Plopsky could turn around and throw one for him if things get rough. We'll see if that's going to happen or not. One good time flashbang here could win it. Ooh, and that might have been it. There's the 1 kill, taking down KNG. It's not bad at all. Good coordination, and he should have probably had that one as well. But Mayan will come out on top instead in 50 seconds. Still a 3-on-3.
And Plopsy's got to back away. He does not want to go down. He's just got to sync up above into heaven. Taco going to be the aggressor with the op, but Nock's already got the angle. He's already scoped in. No, he's not. He gave it up. And Taco with a quick scope doesn't land, and now he's got the angle. There goes Plopsky. That was the best defense they had to this outer bomb site. Now it's all desperation. The spam does not connect. And an even more narrow angle from Taco.
How do they do this now? I mean, it has to be Lekro that tries to open this up, because otherwise it's Nock retaking with the AWP. Taco. Oh, that took a long time. Still managed to find the kill without getting shot, so that's good news. They do have a Molotov, so they could maybe put a little bit of pressure on, but no smokes to put them out. Lekro gonna get 1 more kill on Mayan. He's really playing a good round this time. And Fur, he's pushed up close to it. He knows he has to be there to try and see if he can stop that defuse. That was just a fake, and they don't really have time for that. I think Fur might have been doing this anyway. Nock goes down. That's definitely the round going for MIBR. Lekro,
no chance.
No, not at all, but you know, it's a triple kill for him and still not getting the round. I imagine it's gonna be rough for Lekro.
That's great movement from Fur after the initial contact, after he missed his initial opportunity. I didn't actually think MIBR set up for the post plant all that well, but his movement after the fact was spectacular. Even the nerve to not peek into the fake defuse. 9-4. That was probably the slowest round we've seen MIBR played. Once they got into that 4-on-4, they took their time, and that was probably the most relaxed NIPs had the chance to be in this game. And you know, at 3-7, I mentioned that NIP at least getting started, at least building some momentum earlier into this half. It's all been ripped away from them. Stellar job from MIBR.
I'd so love to see a replay of Twist. Just when he peeks behind Plopsky's flashbang, that's a perfect setup. That should probably get him the double kill, and then he sets up his own flashbang. Like, if they win that fight, they win the round. And somehow they don't, and that, you know, you're not going to get that perfect of a timing every time, so when it happens, you have to make that work. Lecro close here with the deagle.
He's got one chance. There it is, right to the head. Very effective with the deagle, and he backs away. 5-on-4 for NIP. This would be a phenomenal round for them to steal away from the Brazilians.
He's still there, and he's winning another fight, taking down Taco. This is quite a different feel, isn't it? Taco probably wondering, why is he still there?
That's brutal. MIBR now have to find their way back into this, and it's all going to be on KNG. He's already out Ivy. He's the best chance for MIBR to find a foothold into this outer bomb site, and this is the bomb site that has the weakened defense. It's just Twist. They have Plopsky in ladder room, but how much can he actually do here? Fur is looking for it, just got to smoke it off. Negate that danger for the moment. They can still run through, but it's going to be tough.
Oh, this could be a real heartbreaking moment, NIP. 5 versus 3. Yeah, it's just the pistols, but still, you need to win a round like this, and I feel like right now, MIBR have just brought it back, and it's KNG walking into the bomb site and making it work. Perez on the one side here against very hard with the deagle. That's KNG doing everything right now, picking up a quad kill before he finally goes down, but Nork, he doesn't have a kit. I just don't think this is possible. 10-second defuses almost never happen, especially when there's 2 people alive. He taps it inside of the smoke, but yeah, he can't really stay there, and now he's practically out of time already. It'll be Mayan to take him down, and MIB up to 10 now. Suzu's loving this.
Yeah, well, what's not to love if you're the coach? This is one of the easy games, one of the not-so-stressful games, up 10-4. Everything's clicking for MIBR. They've called a phenomenal half. Here's that pop flash you just mentioned. He actually chooses to go for KNG. He had the chance to take that far-away kill first, and looked like he actually made the decision to switch off of it as well.
Yeah, great replay. I really appreciate that, because you know, those are some of the moments where you just think, man, need those double kills, need something. It was a kind of a rough angle to spray them both down, I guess.
Well, it might have been the fact that he was so close. He might have thought, oh, that guy's probably may not be as flashed as I'd like him to be. Whatever it is, anyways, it doesn't pan out. And now the aggression, it crumbles from Plopsky trying to find his way in towards T-mid. Good damage onto Fur, but again, more than happy with the 5-on-4.
And just pushing Twist back off of Ivy for a minute. Keeping 3 people in the A bomb site with Lecro even sort of close to rotate if they need them. Double orb left, so they need to stop them and not end up in retakes, I think.
You got to feel for NIP a little bit. It's got to be head-scratching to figure out the right answer for this defense, considering, you know, Lecro's been so abused at the B bomb site when they didn't have a second player, and even when they have 4 players outside and MIBR hits that, they've been effective at taking the outer bomb site, even against 4 defenders, so nothing really working for NIP so far.
No, and look at, they rotated into B. They thought, all right, it's going to be B one more time, and it's not. This is absolutely punishing. Ooh. Mayan with 2 big kills. And if it wasn't bad already, he certainly is now. Twist back here with the AWP, and there's not a chance in hell that he could do anything in this round. What an amazingly cold first half here for MIBR. Really well done, 11-4. I certainly think NIP could have done much more to try and put pressure on MIBR, but you have to appreciate the variety that they brought here. There's so many things that they did in this first half.
Even above the tactical calling from MIBR, just way more confident in the fights they've taken. That was beautiful. Showing, it just feels like MIBR just so much more willing to just kind of swing and take a fight. And look at the odds. They've gotten worse, if that was possible.
I think they sort of doubled in the wrong way for NIP. It's not exactly amazing, is it?
Well, 4-11 as NIP starts on the offensive side of Train here in the pistol round.
Unlike MIBR, they have a smoke and a flashbang, so they could set up a tiny bit of fireworks. This CSAT 75 though on Mayan. There, everyone is there, and He did some damage. Now the follow-up USP. Taco clicking away one. Now it's just absolutely wild spam. I think a panic set in at the last minute, but they can't catch him.
No, and actually the fact that there was that much resistance, Taco adds that one kill onto things, brought KNG into that inner bomb site, and NIP just knew they did not have the advantage of surprise anymore. One smoke, one flash for them to work with as they kind of readjust on the map.
But even just, if you're MIBR and you just discover that early on, oh, they're all here at the B hallways, that's some great information. And NIP actually have to adjust their plan behind it. I mean, if they could just run to the B bomb site, maybe that's fine, but...
It's two options, right? You can either adjust or you could just sit and wait for pushes and just re-attack that inner bomb site at some point. But either way, MIBR is going to be happy. They have the USPs, they have the range advantage. Split the defense 2 and 2. Taco with low HP is further back. It's going to be on Fur and Fallen to kind of discover this hit and get those players back in a position in time. 40 seconds left.
I was going to say, speaking of time, the other thing that it's really cost NIP here is just the fact that they're not going to have that much of it left. Twist goes down, Fallen long range. He was amazing in the pistol round first half, and Fur is going to chime in, picking up res. And now just falling back, playing it very safely at the moment. Oh, this is definitely slipping out of NIP's hands. Nork is low on health and trying to double it up, but doesn't seem to be working. He's trying long range and reloading in the middle of it. 1 versus 2. Oh, and he's going to escape through the smoke with the bomb. 10 seconds. He can make it. He can get that bomb plant down.
This is so doable. Look at the HP. He's going to get this bomb plant. Now, there is going to be one coming in the flank. That's Fallen. Taco as well, wrapping along this, but Nock, he needs the one shot. He needs to land it. Taco doesn't want to commit. He knows the HP is low, and now Nock has to get creative. This is bold, though. Knife out. He's lost. Oh, is he out of ammunition? He's got no bullets left.
Oh, he could make an absolute legend for himself. He's got a flashbang as well. I'd use that. You're not going to knife anyone. Throw the flashbang. Just put him off guard here. They don't have a kit right now.
Oh, no.
They actually need to move. He might actually win this round with no ammunition at all. He's trying to fall back as well. And finally, he goes down there on the bomb. And, oh, man, that's way too close. Fighting someone that essentially can't fight it. I can't believe it. Nork, did you actually... Oh. He's so close. He deserves some kind of a medal.
Yeah, that might be the best way to lose a pistol round I've seen. Like, wow, heartbreaking. I cannot believe he almost pulled it off with not a bullet to use. But another clutch pistol round from MIBR, and let's not take away from the fact MIBR played that pistol round damn close to perfect when they eventually attacked that outer bomb site. No one overcommitting to fights, everyone letting them get sucked closer and closer into the bomb site, allowing the teammates to get involved in the action. That was well done team play from MIBR.
It was. What a buy NIP show up in this round. Who can really blame them? They need that. Double AK, Krieg, Scout, and Agil, but still, that's... I don't know, it's just been heartbreaking all weekend so far for NIP. This a little bit different though. Yeah, don't want to be re-picking into that Krieg. That's Nork just taking things into his own hands.
Well, he might have just won this round. He's got complete control of the B bomb site, and MIBR, they already look like they're going to just try and save. Fallen's already pushing towards Ivy. And NIP now taking over bomb site. The rest of them have joined in. They know there's no defense here, so everyone's set up. And yeah, this will be a second round for NIP.
A little bit of a risk there. Actually, yeah, 4 picked up. Eagle almost granting Lecro a double kill. But even taking one of those rifles away is a great job.
This would be huge if Fur can grab this AK-47. He can't win the fight. And now actually not coming from behind. Twist, they have them boxed in towards Ivy. They're going to challenge for this. They want to take the weapons away. A comprehensive victory here for NIP would be spectacular, but now it's getting a bit risky. I'm not sure if you want to keep risking these weapons, even with Fallen being low. That's a dink. Nock's going to have to fall away, and KNG just trying to survive. 5 rounds for NIP on the board.
I'm not sure if they could find him. Yeah, he's back around the corner, and that's a scout on res, so probably not going to be much of anything else happening. So just the 1 AK save, that's still pretty dangerous. But NIP trying their best to really punish MIBR. Man, what a run they would need to go on to even get close to doing this.
This is a decent start, though. This kind of a rebuttal in the second round could start to affect the economy of MIBR and the defense. We saw the issues it caused NIP, and we've seen it happen many times on this map in the past. MIBR is going to have to be careful with how they choose to buy and invest to get into this game. But, I mean, still, they have such a massive lead for the moment.
Yeah, a lot of rounds to build on.
This is wild. I mean, Noct for me was the kind of the one of the few bright spots yesterday from NIP. He didn't have anything stellar, but just looked pretty decent. Now he's their best performing player at the moment as well. 17 kills, 91 ADR.
Yeah, he's out fragging everyone on the MIBR side too. It's wild. So, and with a play like that, I mean, it's a single round to work on, but just walking into the B bomb side, opening it up, and winning the round in one kill. That's the attitude I just want more of on this Swedish lineup.
Yeah, just more of it from top to bottom from these NIP players, all 5 of them, or I guess the 4 remaining. Scout on Fallen still, AK and KNG, and they've bought some deagles around it. Rez is tagged. He's got to be careful. Cannot go down this early. And KNG wants this kill. He wants the aggression, and thankfully Rez gives up the angle before KNG's in position.
Yeah, Rez is going to find a way to get back in, just for himself personally, right? Like, he needs to find a way to make himself feel a little bit better. It was a rough first half for a number of reasons, but got to leave that behind. Twist will kind of really early kill.
And that's going to be a frustrating timing because MIBR was set up to take advantage of any presence in there for NIP to come back in towards that T choke point. But KNG, his angle towards ladder room was given up, so he did not want to stay on top of the train. He had an advantage in those fights, but still playing with the high ground. This time looking towards Ivy.
I mean, he has that AK up on the train. He would have to spin all over the place to try and shut this push down. He has so many angles to cover, and he needs to win just a number of fights.
Well, you're trusting Fallen with the scout. There's the first, but it just took a little too long. Big trade from Twist. Fallen now, immediate headshot, and he's staying alive, and this is where he's at his most dangerous, even with Fur to back him up in ladder room, but Plops, he's got a new angle. Another tag from the scout, and look how low they are, but it might not matter.
Taco coming in with a 5-7, and it's a pretty good pistol, but that's a lot to ask. Bomb goes down. He's going to click away. There's one, and maybe he could have had that second one too. But as soon as they escape, I mean, yeah, it is, but he does not have really that much to work with. No smoke or kit or anything.
I'm not sure entirely why he's walking because they already know his position, and it's a desperate 1-on-2. He's got the Krieg now, but low HP. If they just give him an opportunity, he might be able to pull this off, and now his brain has got to be telling him, find an escape route. Even if you can't get the kills, there's no way the defuse is coming in.
Yeah, just get the Krieg and try and escape. There's one more kill, so at least making it expensive. And if he can, he can run right now. Oh no, he's going to get caught. Lekro actually making damn sure that wasn't going to happen. So that's still, I mean, it's NIP winning around with only one person surviving. So it's going to cost them a little bit. But MIBR can't really buy in this upcoming round. So they might have a chance, maybe, to finally get some sort of an economy. What was it yesterday? I think yesterday against FaZe in the first half, they won like 5 rounds or something like that, and
4.
3 of them were just independent and no consecutive rounds at all, and it's a very similar story here.
Yeah, they can't fall into that cycle in this half of, rifles, deagle over and over again, and at least if they can keep some players alive here, they should be able to avoid that scenario, and it's all 5 just USPs. So, I mean, this round should not pose a whole lot of danger to NIP. 12-6. Lead for the defense, and they're going to get aggressive on towards Rez's position. Oh, that's horrible timing. The worst kind of timing, and he's going to get traded 1 for 1. Not having a game to remember if you're Rez.
No, leave poor Rez alone. Why'd it have to be him? Well, they're going to be cleaning this up pretty easily, you have to imagine. Actually, the Krieg is already gone, so not even doing more damage here.
Yeah, Noct doing some work. He seems to be the most assertive player on NIP for the moment. And Taco's the only one left for MIBR. So bomb's going to get planted. NIP will have their 7th round, and then the game truly begins because MIBR is going to have, they're going to be flush with cash.
Yeah, and that's the good news, really. It'll be fun to see what they can pull out here. I mean, back when MIBR in the former lineup, right, when they were really, the gods of train for a while, especially that CT side was where they did just an amazing amount of work. So you have to imagine, at least for some of these players on the MIBR side, they can remember a little bit of that. Like, they know Taco's obviously great in the B-bomb side, very good, sort of one of those legends in there. So I don't know, they're going to have to bring something special. We were praising MIBR for the variety in the way that they attacked, even if it was much of it was the B-bomb side, just in the many different ways of showing that. So I think NIP needs something similar here. But off to a good start. I mean, losing pistol, but then winning 3 in a row. Well,
what they really have to prevent, at least until they get this scoreline closer, because you're not going to be able to prevent it for the entire game, you want to keep the second op. You know they're going to have a 1 on Fallen or KNG. You do not want those 2 on the CT side of train to get a double op setup rolling. that would be the nightmare scenario. Fallen, the first player towards inside.
Yeah, just playing a very, very close position.
Now, if I'm NIP, I'm doing the same thing. I'm leaning on this B-bomb, so that's exactly what they're kind of attacking at the moment. Taco and Fallen combined for 3. It's shut down.
Yeah, and remember how Lekra was alone almost every time in the beginning, and this time there was a double stack already in the B-bomb site? They were well in position for that, and the bomb is dropped down here, so there's no escaping. There's no changing your mind. Good kill on Taco, in fact, but Mayan really quick to adjust, even though he's walking across the bomb site. Twist now alone in a 1 versus 3. And as long as they don't fight him and try and give him too many chances here, there should be really no way. Fur will drop him in the end.
Now, I like that from NIP, even though they lost, because obviously, I think what would have to have happened for that kind of a call in the 4th round, it feels like NIP probably doing their research, saw some of the previous games that MIBR played back in Bahrain at the Blast Finals last year, and Taco had a nightmare of a time that weekend playing the B-bomb site on Train. He could not find a way to be effective whatsoever, so I don't even mind NIP calling and just testing that and saying, are you going to be at your top level, or is it going to be that weak defense that we saw previously?
Yeah, definitely wasn't. He's fallen, as you said, actually the first point of contact in there. So good to see. 13-7 though. 6-round gap at the moment. We'll see NIP down to a Kree. Somewhat limited on the grenades as well, which that could be a definite problem on Train. If they get slowed down or if they have to use too many grenades to even get it close to a bomb site, that could be an issue.
Well, they're going to be attacking Mayer, who's got 1 flash. And he cannot peek wide, and Fallen as well. He's got to be careful, but Plopsky doesn't even consider the possibility. Another smoke up, Mayer goes down. Fallen, if he peeks into that, the boost is going to be effective. Molotov to force them back, and you mentioned it. If they get slowed down, the hit is disjointed. The utility goes to waste.
Yeah, they have almost nothing left. They have a smoke left and a flashbang, and they're kind of getting whittled down here by Ivy. They still have a chance with 50 seconds on the clock. 2 on 3. Taco does go down, and that's a nice almost pre-fire from Lekro. That was really well done. Maybe still could do it. Twist is sneaking around the one side, but can Twist and Lekro actually help each other out right now?
I don't think they ever spotted Fur is the real problem out towards Green Train. They haven't seen him for some time. They're trying to clear out these corners, but he's going to be tough. He's been quiet.
Oh, and a little bit of a fake there for Lekro, or maybe just trying to block someone off if they were coming through Pop Dog. 25 seconds, and they're making a lot of noise, and there's Fur hiding all along. Nice return from Lekro. Another good round out of him here. Now 19, he's going to get the bomb plant, surely. But can he guess? I mean, KNG is completely relocated. That smoke is going to be fading, but not in time. Lekro now between the bomb trains and KNG. He's walked out. He's got the right angle. He can almost spot him. That must have been very, very close. I think he might have actually seen him, yeah, and he's just hunting him. Lekro has no idea. This should be all KNG, but somehow Lekro able to pick. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, he had to have been spotted by KNG, but KNG just holding his trigger for a better opportunity. You don't want to take that shot and miss and give away your flank, your positioning. A great clutch from Lekro. And that is perhaps the best round we've seen from NIP this weekend, considering it felt like they were at so many disadvantages in multiple different stages in this round. For them to overcome that, grind this round out in their favor, that shows a bit of life. 8-13, 5 rounds now separate these two teams. And MIBR again back onto the pistols. I
won't lie, Jason, that did make me feel sad when you said that might have been the best round for NIP. Sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, you're probably right, but just not great, is it? Nork will take a kill there with the MAC-10. They managed to hunt him down afterwards, but that should just pave the way into that bomb site.
It's about at this moment where Taco just knows he's going to die.
Yeah,
he's like, oh, they've spotted all of you, huh? So this is going to be the end game. And they've got a lot of rifles, and you've only got a P250. Lekro doesn't check it immediately. A quick dink, but no follow-up.
Would have been interesting if you could have got that kill. Now you have to assume not much more will come of this round for MIBR. They got the MAC-10, so maybe if they could find a kill, it'd be nice.
They've done some damage. They got close to adding a couple more onto it, but for NIP, they've just got to be happy. 4 players, if they survive like this, build that money back up. Get yourself to a position in this comeback where you can sustain 1 loss at the very least. That 1 buffer is just such a weight off your shoulders. You don't have to play with the fear of a reset. And now the rest of NIP is starting to catch up. Nox still in the lead, 23 kills, leads the server. Twist at 20 is tied with Fallen on the other side for MIBR.
It's wild, and I mean, just Rez still at 2 kills. So if they can just have Rez click back in, plug back into the game here.
Well, and one of the stories we have of this NIP team is, having to rediscover an identity as a team and, finally take it away from the old legacy. And you've also got to fill the shoes of Forest. And one of the ways to do that is not by having Rez just be invisible on this map.
No, and he so rarely is. So
you're not gonna make up the loss of Forest with just one player.
No, definitely not. Needs to be more cohesion between them. 13-9. I don't know though. MIBR, just the economy is really what scares me for them now. It could be a painful situation, although this is a good start. A lot of damage with the bomb down, and Mayan just picking up 2 big kills. They get absolutely crushed, trying to come up that chokehold inside of Main, and they know exactly where Nork is. No point in fighting him too hard. You know he's gonna have to try and go somewhere, and you've got 3 people left.
Yeah, let him get the plant if need be. Preserve the economy at all costs. Not gonna go for the default plant. Taco's boosted up. That's a 14th round for MIBR, just 2 away from taking this first map.
That's huge, especially considering their economy would have been right on the edge if they would have lost this round, and they bring it back. And NIP, I guess this is sort of a little bit of an attempt at a power play. NIP saying, you know what, we're just gonna go out and fight out Main here, and if we win those early fights, but it is rough when you don't. And I didn't see many flashbangs or anything. Like Main, I think he was cleared for both those kills, no problem.
Might have been trying to take advantage of a low economy defense. Lekro's fast paced, but look at Taco and KNG up at the top ramp. They want to get aggressive. There's the swing from Taco. KNG's next with the up, legs him, cleaned up. Nice teamwork, and they control box halls. They have the information. So this means NIP on the other side of the map need to start speeding things up, and you can see Plopsky and Nock already going to start challenging towards the end of Ivy.
Fur is there, Man as well. Falling a little bit further back, so could be hard for Fur to get some backup, although that smoke will just have him relocate to try and look over it, and he's actually somehow beating them to it. It looked like that was the plan, even through the smoke. That is disgusting. KNG will clean it up on Twist. Not working out here for the Swedes.
That's just perfect timing from Fur. What are you supposed to do if you're NIP? And now the real disaster. They had the money to sustain 1 loss, but not 2. You're going into the potentially final round of this map, and everyone's sitting around 2K. It's going to be pistols to keep this map alive for the Swedes.
Yeah, never mind that it's 15-9. The fact that you only have pistols to make this work. They bought 2 Tech-9s.
That looks like the face of a man who just hit tab and sees that he only has 2 kills.
Yeah, you've been trying to ignore it. Just like, I don't feel like it's been a great game, but I'm not sure.
I wish this freeze time would hurry up so I have to look at the scoreboard.
Oh man, well, everybody gets to have one of those games every once in a while. But I think it's even more rough when you can't even turn it around, You get to turn it around, you could.
Well, listen, he's got a second map to turn it around.
That's a good point.
Plopsky and Rez and Twist in box halls. 2 going to head towards the upper ramp.
Could go for some good old Moses PR here. Here's why 2 kills is actually good for Twist.
Yeah, right? Even I can't spin that one.
All right.
KNG, Smoke's going to block him, and the only chance, but not block him completely. Good find onto Rez again. Just the unfortunate events continue for Rez. And MIBR does not have to be aggressive in holding this bomb site. They can allow this plant. They can sit behind these smokes. They can get kills through them anyways. 5-on-3 for the first map.
So rough, isn't it? Just the smoke, and it wasn't all the way. That's incredible. Man taking down a couple of kills there. And Plopsky goes down 16-9 in favor of NIP. Oh, sorry, in favor of MIBR. I was daydreaming for a little bit there.
Yeah.
It's slightly better, I guess, than yesterday, but I'm not seeing that flavor, that style.
Listen, I said it yesterday. I think it's going to take a lot of time for them to figure out overcoming the loss of Forest, but certainly nothing has been promising in these first 2 days at Blast Premier for